Hi, my name's Karen Kolbe, and I like to read. I also like to pretend. I like to pretend that I am Mother Goose. I'm dressed like Mother Goose, the Mother Goose that you see in the books. Mother Goose has poems, some of which you know, like Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the candlestick. That's one that you probably know, and we'll read some in a little while. I like to read golden books and fairy tales and Mother Goose poems. And I'm going to read a little golden book now that's called The Little Red Caboose. Do you know what a caboose is? We're going to read and find out. Here's a picture. The little red caboose always came last. And here's a picture of the little red caboose. It's a very, very last thing on a train. First came the big black engine, puffing and chugging. Then came boxcars. And here's the big black engine, and then boxcars. Then oil cars, and here are the oil cars. And then the coal cars, and these are carrying coal. And then the flat cars, sometimes they switch the cars around in different ways. But the little red caboose always came last. And here it shows the little red caboose on the very, very, very end of the train. Boys and girls waved at the big black engine. They listened to the boxcars and the oil cars and the coal cars and the flat cars go clickety-clack as they made their way along the train track. But by the time the little red caboose came along, the boys and girls were all turning away because the little red caboose always came last. "Oh, smoke," said the little red caboose. "I wish I were a flat car, or a coal car, or an oil car, or a box car. So the boys and girls would wave at me too. How I wish I were a big black engine, puffing and chuffing way up at the front of the train. But I'm just the little old red caboose. Nobody cares about me." And here's the long, 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 long train with the big black engine at the front and the little red caboose at the very, very back. "Hang on tight, little caboose," called the flat car. "This is a long, tall mountain, and you are the last car on the train." "Don't I know it," said the little red caboose. "Poor me." The train went slower and slower up the mountain. Soon it was hardly moving at all. It looked as if that train could not get up the mountain. "Look out, little caboose," called the flat car. "The train is starting to slip back down the mountain." "Not if I can help it," said the little red caboose. And he slammed on his brakes, and he held on tight to the track, and he kept that train from sliding back down the mountain. Here he is, and all of those cars are in back of him, and he's keeping all of them from sliding backwards down the mountain. Then bump! The little red caboose felt something push him from behind. It was two big black engines. They pushed the train all the way up to the top of the mountain. Here they are pushing the little red caboose back up the mountain. "We couldn't have done it," said the big black engines, "if it hadn't been for the little red caboose." Everyone cheered, and the little red caboose nearly burst with pride. Now the children wave at all the cars, the big black engine, and all the other cars on the train. But they save their biggest wave for the Little Red Caboose, because the Little Red Caboose saved the train. He was little, but he was strong, wasn't he, boys and girls? That Little Red Caboose saved the train. I like that story.